Hey, I'm Cyclon, and today I want to share with you what we've been up to in the past 3 days, what we farmed, and how we did it. Now, we include 4 members. I've made a video before league start, but I just want to quickly refresh it here. We are 4 members. We have Fel, a buddy of mine who is a mapper, me, Cyclon, who is a mapper, Gone, who's a crafter, and MC, who is a trader. So we have 4 people, each with a distinctive role, or I guess me and Fel both having the same role. We have been running different mapping strategies, so we're not only doing one thing, but we diversify a bit on what we are getting. Then we have Gone, who is fixing our gear. He's crafting good gear for us, or he's using the currency or the items we make to craft things to sell. For example, one thing has been working a lot on is bows. He has made some really crazy bows for us, as well as some good bows that sold for quite a few divines. And then MC has been mainly focusing on buying Fel's Scarab and then liquefying whatever Fel or I have gotten that Gohan didn't use to craft. Now, we have been running 2 mapping strategies, mainly for the entirety of the last 2 days, so day 2 and day 3. Fel has been running Strongboxes, and I have been running Harbinger. The idea was that we had Harbinger as a mostly self-sufficient strategy. I was able to buy most of my things off the trade exchange tool, the new exchange tool, and Fel needed mostly the support of trade. So I was basically farming a solo strategy in a group setup, just so that I didn't need much management or supply or anything, and Fel was able to get all the focus on his supply. So first wanting to cover Fel's strategy. Fel's strategy was running Strongboxes early on simple maps and later on Wall Temple. Once he was on Wall Temple, this is the tree you have, but once you're on Wall Temple, you want to click on this node, you have Twist of Fate. This makes the Wall Temple keep the implicits of the Strongboxes, of the wall vessels, so they still are there. So the maps will have these wall vessels, but you run on a random map with maybe a better layout. And then the maps are even more juiced, even more rippy, but also more rewarding. And you get a ton of double corrupted items there, so it's really interesting. And you have the chance for gift cards, divines, bunch of currency, interesting items that are corrupted or rare. And it's just overall really, really powerful. But it has an issue, which is why I wanted to cover this first. This strategy relies on having a lot of different scarabs. And these scarabs aren't really sold for a reasonable price or at all in the exchange tool. So we needed MC to almost consistently, like every half an hour, buy those scarabs for Fel to be able to support this strategy. So for a solo person, this is a strategy that is very profitable, but not recommendable. And I apologize that I can't just say, yes, this is OP strat, run this. The issue this is not good for solo people is that you need to buy the scarabs, run the maps, and then sell. It is not just a few items you need to sell. You need to sell a turn in or sell random div cards, uniques, rares, currency. So there's a bunch of many things that needs to be sold here. So this one, if you run it alone, will reduce your efficiency by quite a bit. You're gonna have a lot of profit per map, but with including buying and selling time, this is not gonna be an overall profitable strategy. Now, Harbinger on the other side, I am very pleased with it, and I can very easily recommend this to basically everyone. With a small caveat, which I get to in a moment. The Harbinger strategy is very simple. We want one Warhorde and one Regency Scarab, and then as many Harbinger Scarabs as we can put in the map device to have many Harbingers. I did try the Obelisk Scarab, but it seemed to only give a few additional low value splinters. It doesn't really help with the big value splinters. So I'd rather just have more Harbinger, making the Regency and the Warhorde Scarab better. The passive tree is very simple. We have Harbinger, we combine that with Beyond and not getting Beyond bosses, and then we add Delirium. Now I have, if we look here, a 92% chance to get Delirium Mirror. And this means that I have an 8% base chance for Delirium Mirror to appear, so this should be 100% chance for a daily mirror. At least I didn't have a map that didn't have a daily mirror. I also have a guaranteed chance for Beyonds to be attracted to my map. So I have guaranteed Beyond and daily in my map. So on top of getting annulment, ancient orbs, fracturing shard, exalted orbs or exalted shards, and a bunch of chaos and shards, I also get red exarch altars, which are guaranteed each map, Beyond for tainted currency, which is guaranteed each map, and Simulacrum. As I'm going to be running this, or as I'm going to recommend, I'm running this on Promenade. So my current get-go is I run it on Promenade, and I have Atoll favored because it's the best map next to Promenade. So I run it on Promenade primarily, and I'm gonna get about 75 to 100 Simulacrum Splinters. So I get almost a fourth to a third of Simulacrums each map, which are adding up. So that's at least 10 chaos based on Simulacrums being 40 chaos. I then get Atoll maps, which I can either run if I run out of promenades or I can sell eventually. I then also get a daily orbs, which I can stack up and sell in bulk, or I can maybe change myself to good ones and try to sell. I get tainted currency, so tainted chromatics, tainted fusings, tainted blacksmiths, tainted jewelers, which are sellable. And I get a bunch of annulments, exalts, and everything, and it's just really, really profitable. I spent about, at least on day 2, I spent 4 cares for Regency, 3 cares for Warhorde, and then 2 cares for up to 3 Harbinger Scarabs. And this meant I had like 15-20 cares cost per map, and I got 15 to 20 cares out each map, based on red exile altars that gave chaos, and then the chaos shards from the Harbingers. I basically could just sustain on my chaos. And every time I bought new Scarabs, I had more chaos than before. And then on top of I had all the other good stuff. Now, right now, if we look at the trade exchange tool, the Regency Scarab is more expensive. I'm fully aware of this. But based on what I'm making each map, I'm leaving the map with like 50 to 80 chaos worth of stuff. That 20 chaos Regency Scarab is still reasonable. And this brings me to the most important point about this. Don't skip this Scarab. This Scarab is very powerful, very, very good. If you're running Harbinger without a Regency Scarab, you're going to get significantly less fracturing shards. So even with the current cost, and even if it's going to go a little bit further up, Harbinger farming will still be good. And the second amazing thing on Harbinger farming is I can buy all my Scarabs over this. I need 3 Scarabs. And every time I roll low on maps, I just put up a listing and I want to buy new Scarabs. They then get new Scarabs, and every time I would... Now, I gave it to my trader, but you as a solo player, every time you need to liquefy, what you could do is... Okay. Oops. I have annulments, and I want chaos. Oops. And now you can sell your annulments. Or, okay, I have ancient orbs. I don't know why it keeps going unpopular. This is annoying. And I want divines. So now I can sell ancient orbs for divines, or again ancient orbs for chaos. So I can sell and buy everything I'm getting over the trade exchange tool because it is liquid. It is currency. So I can sell all daily orbs and simulacrums over here. I can sell my entire currency over here that I'm getting. And I also can sell, I mean, I'm getting a few scarabs, but that's not what I can buy my scarabs. That's what I wanted to do. And the last thing what I was getting is the tainted currency. I can also sell the tainted currency over here. So I can very easily, asynchronously sell and buy everything I need for Harbingers to be good. Now, this is the strategies that we run, but of course I also want to show how much we've made. We have first my character, which, to be fair, my helmet, gloves, and boots aren't anything shiny. They have been gotten with Faustus, they've been good, but I have Harry's Ire, which is 6-linked. I have a good spine bow. I have 2 tamings, Iron of Spite, and this gear was basically set up on day 2. My character was geared on day 2, And I think the only thing in day 3 that I've gotten was, or end of day 2 was, that I've gotten is a yoke. And then we have Fels character, which we upgraded yesterday. About 5-6 hours into day 3, we upgraded Fels character. So we first gotten him a Headhunter, then we gotten him a yoke, then we gotten him a Death Rush to replace one of his tamings, and then a 6-link Hyries, as well as a the bite wasn't expensive, and then a good bow. Like, this bow is even better than my bow, and my bow is Essence T2 T2, and if I remember correctly, his bow is T1 Essence T2 and then multi-modded. So he has a 1.3k DPS bow, and my bow is also 1.3k. So both bows are really great. Really good bows to have. Then he's gotten a Fractured Life with Int and Reservation Efficiency helmet. A Gloves with Rage, Fractured Attack Speed, Life and Double Res, even including Chaos Res. And then a Boots with Fractured Movement Speed, Life and Triple Res, again including Chaos Res. So Hell's gear is way more insane than I have. He even has a Progenesis already. So we have now 2 characters that are extremely rare geared, worth about 130 divines, on top of 2 headhunters, and this is basically by the middle of day 3. And then the entire rest of day 3, we just been blasting again, stacking up currency, and working towards the next big upgrades. Hopefully, video was interesting. Don't need to make it longer than it has to be. I wish everyone a wonderful day, good luck with their farming strategies, and I'll be either seeing you on my stream or on the next video. Goodbye.